Hello and welcome back to 80 Days. We ended our adventure last time in the city of Rye. Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but right, we need to get as quickly to the coast as possible, and now we've got to run us here. We visited Khalid's uncle Aboud, a stout fellow in yellowing robes who greeted us warmly and pinched both our cheeks with good-natured ebullience. Monsieur Fogg's face was a picture of the purest horror, which I will treasure until my last breath. Alas, my master needed reminding that the Arabs have different notions of politeness from Englishmen. One of the numerous children darting about the place brought in a large silver plate of sweet dates and dark coffee, which my master graciously accepted, despite his often stated preference for tea. Aboud spat a date stone into a spittoon across the room with uncanny accuracy, and told us about the nearby Sheikhdom of Bahrain and the town of Manam. Sorry. You will be comfortable there. It is a British protectorate, and it will be easy to catch a steamer to India. Oh, that's good. We thanked him. We'll be going that way. He's at 43 health, so he's in danger of being ill. So we have our route. I'm just going to double check what we actually have in the suitcases, if it will let me. So I actually don't have anything of note that's sellable. So close them up and we will travel there. Right, it'll take a day, so we'll need to sleep. With the last light of the evening, I informed my master every service, ensuring he had fresh tea. Let's plan ahead. Let's go today. 750 to set off a day early. Let's go. Wow, look at the design of that car. Looks like it's a face. 2 ways. Big grin. We were in luck and discovered the magistrate's son, Wally, was driving up to Manhattan in his brand new Ferrari. Okay. He clearly loved his car. I'd surmise that he would be a cautious driver, if only to avoid scuffing the immaculate paint and work. He started the electric engine. He sprang to life immediately, not requiring the slow build-up of pressure of a steam-powered vehicle. We hummed along the desert road in the electric vehicle. It was too quiet. I could barely believe that we were even moving. Have you been in Manhattan there before? I asked, as a distraction from the lurching scenery. Oh yes, while he leaned back comfortably in the seat before casting me a sidelong glance. I have a lady friend there. Oh, I offered uninterested, which only seemed to encourage the young man. Her parents are pearl divers. They are poor but honourable. My father does not approve, but he is a traditional man. He pronounced the term as a slur. Times change, I agreed thoughtfully. I've seen that much for myself in my travels, for good or ill. We continued our conversation in this vein until the sun set in a panorama of violet and vermilion, and the gaslit harbour town of Manhattan appeared on the horizon like a welcome mirage. Yes, my pronunciation of that town sucks. Leather braces will sell. So what for then? 150. Yeah, that'll do. Let's get a driving cap. Let's get a taggle must. That'll help us in the desert. Let us go to Bombay. It sets off in 2 days. Alright, 830, it'll set off tomorrow. That works for me. Let's sleep for a night. We'll check the market first. Oh, that's where we were. Oh, wrong button. I'm not there anymore. We are there. Explore. It is easy to catch. Yeah. British influence over Bahrain has been cemented with the signing of the potential truce of peace and friendship some 20-odd years ago, which made Mnatmir a town most congenial to Monsieur Fogg's particular tastes. I bought some Darjeeling tea from a vendor who supplied the British residents in Bashir. Monsieur Fogg showered me with appreciation, which is to say he gave me the slightest of nods. He's not a demonstrative man, but I dare say I'm growing quite used to it. Hotel. As night fell, I attended to Monsieur Fogg. We need to improve his health for the boat trip. Let's depart. Here we are. 3-day journey on the boat. That'll do me. Half steamship, half sailboat. Steam yacht with barbecue, sails and a compound steam engine, dwarfed by the ornate pleasure boats moored alongside her. Most private yachts were owned by wealthy merchants and the aristocracy, who used them as glorified ballrooms, whereas the Hadil had worked as a whaler until recently, but she was currently loaded with Bahrainian pearls and bound for the port of Bombay. Yes, it was. Let's wait. Seems like we can't talk to anyone. Oh, there's a bomb scaring Copenhagen. Nice reading. We departed. I allowed my master to board first, as was customary, and spent the evening recovering and formalising and carrying a weary start to our maritime voyage. But 71 now, 67, 65. We're doing okay. Let's wait again. Bombay tackling telegraph lines, okay. Today we rounded the famed Strait of Unds, an impossibly small channel of water linking the Persian Gulf with the open ocean. We navigated the sea lanes expertly, weaving past steamers, flying unfamiliar flags, and weighed down with a precious cargo. I must admit, I greeted the open ocean with renewed distaste, having little love of the sea and its caprices. I slept fitfully, disturbed by the rhythmic gurglings of the Hadil's boilers. Let's wait. No, we spotted a whale, though apparently it was not a whale at all, but a dreaded sea monster which had recently eaten an entire steamer bound for Malacca, hull and all. I had not heard of such a beast, but apparently it prowled all 7 seas without exception and was impossibly fast and deadly. Ships had been going missing for years, and there was even some talk of an international expedition to hunt the creature. The crew of the Hadil, however, had no such dreams of glory. It sounded like maritime fancy rather than any true danger, and I dismissed the notion from my thoughts. Right, our first glimpse of Bombay was a fluttering mass of colourful sails and galley-decorated hulls. Enormous schooners and steamships were docked in the deep water of the harbour, swarmed by little fishing vessels and sailboats. The sky was enlivened by airships in all sizes and configurations. Steam and smoke poured into the sky. Alas, I was already sweating by the time the Hadil docked. Right, no departers, let's explore. Well, let's go to the market first. Have we got anything we can sell? Right. Let's get rid of that. Let's run out. Let's actually just get rid of this as well, and this. Let's keep that. Train whistle, galoshes, that helped a bit. Water bladder, you can go as well. We're not going to be crossing any deserts this time soon. Right, engine can stay. Ottomans, that's fine. You can go. Caribbean, we might go to Southern Hemisphere, so we'll grab that. Let's get some tobacco. Let's move you down. Get some dominoes as well. So Colombo, just all the way to Singapore. Can't battle lava. Singapore, all the way to Manila to Singapore. Auckland, all the way to Pecan Island. So we've got some more routes that'll be helpful. Right, let's explore. More routes discovered. We can go to Nova Goa. I'm sure Fogg cared not a straw for the wonders of Bombay, but gave me a few hours leisure as we settled to his luncheon. I ended up wheezing and puffing my way all up Malabar Hill, the highest point in South Bombay. I paused at the top to look towards the city. I could see the gas lamps upon the Queen's Necklace of Marine Drive being lit one by one in preparation for the evening, and palm trees waving in the salt-scented breeze. Catching my breath, I found my steps irresistibly drawn towards the hanging gardens, which shielded the Paris Tower of Silence from the bay. The tower was a non-just structure, a circular construction with 3 concentric rings, within which the Parisi dead were exposed to the air, as was their custom. I saw some merit in the gesture. It was said to be a final act of charity to feed the scavenger birds with the flesh of their bodies. And in the shadow of the tower I saw the symbol of the copper lily on the door of a converted mansion. I stayed clear, finding my way back to Monsieur Fogg through the thronged inner cities of the busy city. Well, we've already been there. Let's plan ahead. So we could go to Madras, which departs tomorrow. I think that's the best bet. No offers. We will sleep. Before going to bed, I went out to explore a little. When I returned, both my spirits and I fancy his were much improved. Let's depart. Head into the Madras. Let's hide the space for our luggage. We only had room for 1. Now we've got room for 2. Paying for an extra ticket. Oh, that's why we're on the mail card. The Bombay Express was a fine train, rivaling the Orient Express herself for comfort and luxury inside each softly lit compartment. Persian rugs and Vietnam lamps threw colour over fittings of teakwood and burnished brass. Most acceptable. If only all our journeys were so well appointed. Let's converse. We need to get out of Madras quickly. Can I help you? Have you looked out Jen from Madras? The sisters of Didacus in Madras are quite fixated about automata shards. Can we get to Colombo from Madras? It's something I do know. Colombo is now the colony of the British Crown. I thought it said clown then. Can we get to Singapore? Let's just say that merchants in Yokohama will play for fantastic amounts. Floshings. Okay. That's useful, even though it's going to be hard to get there. I went to explore the observation decks, set the wicker chairs. I met Anne Marie Spencer, a girl of maybe 10. I did not speak to her, but she dropped one of her pencils and could not reach it. You are French, are you, monsieur? Could you pass me a pencil? I returned it with a bow, and she giggled. You must be French. You are gallant indeed. Alas, not all charming Frenchmen are gallant. Even a rogue fireman has. Oh, I do not believe you trusted it, monsieur, she replied with glinting eye. You are certainly a gentleman. I nodded. In my case, you're correct, I told her. I knew it. I could see it. I have a good eye. I see things as they are. That is why I draw. I nodded and moved away. Perhaps I will draw you, she called as we left. And added, Passepartout. Okay, that's weird. I did not stop to wonder that day how it was she knew my name. Monsieur Fogg needs some attention, even though it's getting worse. Let's wait. De Blowitz reports Austro-Hungary ready for war. Okay. The next morning I discovered I had lost my passport. I told Monsieur Fogg immediately, risking his despair at the possibility of delay, but in truth I think he was amused. Should I lose my passport, he replied, I would be most vexed. I went to the observation deck, retracing my steps from yesterday and hoping my documents had not slid off the decks. And then I re-encountered the girl still stretching her abysmal pictures. Sketching. The excellent Monsieur Passepartout, she cried. Sit down, I want you to tell me about Beirut. I regret I cannot spare time. I have lost my passport and will be in severe difficulties if I cannot locate it. That is most dreadful. Then she began to giggle, at first delicate, then more and more uproariously. Madame, why do you laugh so? You are a ninny, she explained at much moment. Monsieur Fogg on the scene with the train guard. Young lady, the guard, stand up. I watched, horrified, as the young cripple got up from her wheelchair and then curtsied in front of me. I'm afraid I'm a dreadful kleptomaniac, she apologised with deep sincerity, and an unparalleled liar to boot. Then she giggled again. My passport, please. I dropped it. Somewhere. I looked to Monsieur Fogg for advice, but he was standing back, too horrified with the prospect of a little girl's tears to be amused. You stop being charming. Here's your passport. She reached into a fold of her dress and pulled out my papers. This is a weird little storyline. Dancer Marine, born Lena Palanki, headed for Tehran. Okay. So we found a new route in Russia, which is no use to me. I did not see the little girl at all today. I think she's kept within her quarters under some kind of observation. No doubt medical in nature. I had heard of such indispositions before, but clearly this was a remarkable case. I occupied my time playing dominoes with the train guard, who proved to be a masterful bore. I broke even after some challenging play, during which I learned that a notorious jewel thief plied the waters between Singapore and on the Spicy Jake. As we enter Madras, I will be ending this episode. So this last little bit. At Madras, they pushed the young girl from the train down the ramp, and she waved to me. Before turning to face the road ahead, under the weight of our cases, I could not wave back, and then she was gone. You are fortunate I had the sense to call the guard. You are too easily cozened by a winning smile. We are here. I'll see you all in the next part.